Okay, so we will do the problem. So inverse Z transform. So now we have solved directly whenever it is x of z is given with the uh, uh, two poles in the denominator, and we have solved that one. So take this one and try to get the inverse z transform. Okay, so x of z is given, so which is given by, so z square minus 3z, so this divided by, so z square plus 3 by 2z minus 1. So now the ROC will be for this, so 1 by 2, so less than z less than 2. So now this is the problem which is given. So you have to find the inverse z transform or time domain signal x of n. So now how to find it out? So now convert this in terms of z inverse. So multiply and divide by z power minus 2. So x of z, so multiply and divide numerator, both numerator and denominator, by z power minus 2. Okay, so multiply, divide and multiply numerator and denominator by z power minus 2. So now if you do like that, what you will get? So x of z you will get it as, so 1, so because z power minus 2 and z power 2 cancel each other, so 1 minus 3 z inverse, so this divided by 1 plus 3 by 2 z inverse minus z power minus 2. So now this is, which is the form we have already seen. Okay, now find out the roots of this equation. Okay, so what you will get? So here it is the constant 1 and this is 3 by 2, and you will get the roots as 2 and 1 by 2. So say for example 2 and 1 by 2. So now if you multiply this one, 2 and 1 by 2, you will get the factor coefficients. Here it is 1. Okay, and this is 1 into 1, it will become 1. So now if you add these two, so you will get 3 by 2. Okay, so that is, if you subtract 2 minus half, you will get 3 by 2. Okay, so like this we have to find out the roots. So now we can write this one as 1 minus 3 z inverse divided by 1 plus, because here it is plus and this is minus, the roots are plus 2 and minus half. So we can write it as 1 plus 2 z inverse into 1 minus half into z inverse. Okay, so now once we write like this, so now we use the partial fraction expansion method, and we can find it out what is the constant value, and we can find out the inverse z transform. So now how we can find out? So this we can write it as a by 1 minus 2 1 plus 2 z inverse plus b by 1 minus half into z inverse, right? So now how to find out a? So a equal to 1 plus 2 z inverse into x of z, where you have to evaluate this expression at z equal to minus 2. Okay, so another one b, so b will be 1 minus half into z inverse into x of z, where you will evaluate z at half. Okay, so now do it this and find out the values of a and b. So you will get the value of a as, that is 1 minus 3 z inverse, so this will get cancel each other, and you will get 1 minus half into z inverse at z value minus 2. So now if you put the value z value minus 2, you will get 1 minus 3 into minus half divided by 1 minus half into, so z inverse is, that is minus half. Okay, so now what you will get? So here 1 plus 3 by 2, and this one is 1 plus 1 by 4. So you will get it as, so 5 by 2, here also 5 by 4. So you will get it as the value 2. So now the value of a is 2. Similarly you can find out the value of b. So what you will get? You will get 1 minus 3 z inverse divided by, so 1 plus 2 z inverse at z equal to minus half, z equal to plus half. So now you can find out what is the value of b. So what you will get, so put the value of z equal to half, so you will get z inverse as 2, that is 1 minus 3 into 2, this divided by 1 plus 2 into 2. Okay, so this will give 1 minus 5 divided by 1 plus 5, sorry 1 minus 6, this one, and you will get minus 5 by 1 minus 6, it is minus 5, and here 1 plus 4, and it will give 5. So this will give value minus 1. Okay, so the b value will be equal to minus 1. So now write down the x of z expression. Okay, so if you write x of z, you will get the value of a is here. We have found out the value of a as 2, that is 2 by 1 plus 2 into z inverse, plus the value of b is 1, so 1 minus 2 into z inverse. So now we have to take the inverse z transform. So now see the ROC. So since the z is greater than half, so for this ROC if you write, how it will be? It will be a concentric ring. Okay, so with the value at this is z equal to 2, because z is less than 2, so this will be 2 and this will be half. So now since z is greater than 2 and less than half, so greater than 2 means it is a right sided sequence, less than 2 means it is a left sided sequence. So then this will, we can write it as left sided, and this we can write it as right sided. So now we can write 2 by, so whatever 1 over 1 plus 2 z inverse, that you can write it as 1 minus of minus 2 into z inverse, plus minus 1 divided by 1 minus half into z inverse. Okay, so 1 minus half into z inverse. So now if you can write this one, what is x of n you will get? So x of n you will get as 2 into minus 2 power n into u of minus n minus 1, because since it is a left sided signal, you can see the ROC here, it is 2, and if you get the ROC, it will be a left sided signal, and half, it is a right sided signal, so we can write that one as so this we can write it as minus 1 into half power n into u of n. So now this is your x of n, so time domain signal. Okay, so is it understood? Any doubt? Hello? Okay, so try to do this one in the similar fashion. X of z, which is given by 8z square plus 4z, so this divided by 4z square minus 4z plus 1. So here it is slightly different, because there will be a square of this roots, so this will be expressed in terms of a minus b whole square, so that form, and you can write the poles. Okay, and try to get the answer for this one in the next class. So take this one in the homework. So now we will move on to the when the x of z, which will be having a multiple poles. Okay, so now we have only 2 poles, so till now. So now if you have multiple poles and the poles are repeating, what we have to do? So that we have to see. So that we will see, and take this one as assignment and try to do it. Okay, so now, so if we have the Z transform which is having multiple poles, that is x of Z which is having multiple poles. So now if x of Z, say for example if it is n poles, okay, so if it is having n poles, out of n poles, so if n minus l poles, if n minus l poles which are that is n minus l poles which are at simple, okay, so that means it exists as it is, and l poles are repeating, say for example, okay, if it is l poles are repeating and n minus l poles are simple, which is, say for example these are situated at z equal to beta, okay. If the poles which are situated that is n minus l poles, say for example z equal to at value of psi l it is situated, n minus l poles it is situated at z equal to psi l, so where l will be the value that is 1 less than l less than n minus l, okay. So if say for example n poles are there and l poles, out of n poles l poles are repeating and remaining n minus l poles are at simple value at z equal to psi l, okay, and this value repeating z value at say for example beta. So if l poles are repeating the repeating at z equal to beta, okay, and so remaining n minus l poles situated at z equal to psi l, so where l is varying from 1 to n minus l. So now we can write the partial fraction expansion method x of z. So what we can write? So x of z we can write, so we have, as I said, l equal to 1 to n minus l. So because these n minus poles are simple and situated at z equal to psi l. So now that poles we can write it as summation k l divided by 1 minus psi l into z inverse, okay. So these many poles are so simple and situated at psi l. Similarly remaining that whatever l poles, so say for example I equal to 1 to l, so l number of poles which are repeating, so that we can write it as gamma I divided by, so 1 minus, so now where it is situated at beta, okay, so beta into z inverse. So now we can write in terms of multiple poles, okay, those are repeating and also situated as a simple value at z equal to psi l. We can write x of z as like this. So now once we write the x of z whatever given in the form of this, now we can find out the coefficients k l and gamma I. So now what is the equation to find out k l? So k l can be find out, so this, since these are simple poles, we know that, so 1 minus psi l into z inverse, if you multiply x of z and evaluate z equal to psi l, so then you will get the value of k l, okay. And similarly if you want to evaluate gamma I, so you have to use, so gamma I can be expressed as 1 over, okay, so n minus, that is l minus I factorial, okay. So how many number of repeating poles are there, so you have to take the factorial of that, and so minus beta power, okay, so l minus I minus beta power l minus I, so into d l minus I divided by, so d z inverse of l minus I, okay, into, okay, so 1 minus beta z inverse into x of z, okay, so evaluated at z equal to beta, okay. So now this is the values of gamma I, how we can able to find it out. Use this expression and you can able to find out the values of gamma I. So once you find out the values of KL and gamma I, so then you can take inverse Z transform to find out the time domain signal. So this is a procedure we have to use for whenever the multiple poles exist. Okay. So now we will take an example so that you will able to understand. Okay. So we will take the example so that you will better understood by this procedure how we can evaluate the time domain signal x of n whenever the multiple poles are there. Okay. So now take this one x of z, which is given by 4 minus 3 z inverse plus 3 z power minus 2 divided by 1 plus 2 z inverse into 1 minus 3 z inverse whole square. So now you can see the situation, it is having one pole which is situated at 2, that is z equal to minus 2, and one more that is 2 more poles which are situated at z equal to 3. Okay. So now these are which is having now multiple poles. So now how we can express this x of z? So now x of z we can express it as, okay. So now we can see here k1. So since there is only one pole which is situated at z equal to 2, so we can have only one pole k1. So that is situated at 1 plus 2 z inverse. We can write like this. And similarly, so here there are two poles, so we can write gamma 1 and gamma 2. So how we can write gamma 1? We can write it as, which is situated at 1 minus 3 z inverse, and similarly gamma 2 we can write it as 1 minus 3 z inverse whole square. So we have already seen whenever the multiple poles exist, so first one you have to write it as it is, and second one you have to take the square of that. So now this is the x of z, we can write like this. Now we have to find, so use the expression earlier, so we can see here also. So how we can write this one? So this one is power I, so it is there. So whenever I equal to 1, whenever gamma equal to 1 and I equal to 1, you will get 1 minus 3 into z inverse. When I become equal to 2, you will get 1 minus 3 z inverse whole square. So this expression which I have used here. Okay. So now we have to find out what is the constant k1 and gamma 1 and gamma 2. So how we can find it out? So now we know that the value of k1, so which is equal to 1 plus 2 z inverse into x of z evaluated at z equal to minus 2. So this one we can easily find out. So now we can try to evaluate this one. So 1 plus 2 z inverse into, so x of z whatever it is there you write it, so that is 4 minus 3 z power minus 2 plus 3 z power minus 1 and 3 z power minus 2. So this divided by 1 plus 2 z inverse into 1 minus 3 z inverse square. Okay. So now this one you have to evaluate at z equal to minus 2. So now cancel this one. So you put the value of z equal to minus 2 in this expression. So what you will get? 4 minus 3 into, so z inverse is 1 over 2. So you will get minus 1 by 2 plus 3 into minus 1 by 2 whole square, because this you can write it as z inverse whole square. Okay. So that if you substitute z inverse as minus 1 by 2, okay, so that z square it will become 1 by 4. Okay. So that's how you have to put the values by carefully. So this divided by, so 1 minus 3 into, so z inverse is minus 1 by 2, so that whole square. So this is complete whole square and this is only for z inverse whole square. So now we can have this. So what you will get? 4 plus 3 by 2 plus 3 into 1 by 4. So this divided by 1 minus 3 into, so minus into minus it will become plus, so this is 3 into 1 by 2, this is whole square. Okay, so now what you will get, 4 plus 3 by 2 plus 3 by 4, so this divided by 1 plus 3 by 4, sorry 3 by 2 whole square. So now this we can simplify, so take the 4 common and what you will get, so it is 16 plus 6 plus 3, so this divided by, so 2 plus 3 5 by 2, so 5 by 2 if you take it as square it will become 25 by 4. So now what is the value, 16 plus 6 it is 22 plus 3 25 by 4, so 25 by 4 in the numerator, 25 by 4 in the denominator. So now this will be, the value will become 1. So now we have evaluated the value of k equal to 1. Okay, so now we have to find out the value of gamma 1 and gamma 2, right? So now we can find out, now use the expression this one whatever we showed earlier, so this one whatever gamma I, so put the value of I equal to 1 and 2, so what you will get, so you will get the values of the gamma 1 and gamma 2. Okay, so now we can write it that one. So now gamma 1 we can write it as, okay, so 1 over, so since it is L value it is 2, so I will write 2 minus 1 factorial. Okay, so into the value of pole is, the beta value is minus 3 into 2 minus 1. Okay, so into, so d power L minus I which is equal to 2 minus 1. So now it is, the L value is 2, I value is 1, so this is the I value. So now d z power minus 1 power 2 minus 1, okay, into, so we will get 1 minus 3 z inverse whole square into x of z. So this will be evaluated z equal to 3. So now we can evaluate this for gamma 1. So what you will get, gamma 1 will be equal to 2 minus 1 factorial, it is 1 factorial, it will be the value 1, and minus 3 power 2 minus 1 it is the value 1, and here 2 minus 1 is the 1. So you have to evaluate, so d by dz inverse, 2 minus 1 is the value 1, so d by dz inverse of 1 plus 3 z inverse whole square, sorry 1 minus 3 z inverse whole square into x of z. So x of z value you have to put, so what is the x of z value, so 4 minus 3 z inverse plus 3 z power minus 2, this divided by 1 plus 2 z inverse into 1 minus 3 z inverse whole square. Okay, so now this you have to evaluate at z equal to 3. So now write out, so this will, you can write it as 1 minus 1 by 3, so into d by dz inverse of, so this you will get cancel each other, so we will get 4 minus 3 z inverse plus 3 z power minus 2, so this divided by 1 plus 2 into z inverse. Okay, so this you have to evaluate at z equal to 3. So now you have to differentiate with respect to z inverse, so use the quotient rule and you can try to evaluate. So 1 by minus 1 by 3 as it is there, quotient rule you can use 1 plus 2 z inverse whole square, so denominator square, so in the numerator denominator into differentiation of numerator, so differentiate the numerator now, so this will be a constant 0, and this z inverse it will, with respect to z inverse, if we differentiate, it will become minus 3 and this will become 3. So this you can write it as like z power minus 1 square, like x square. So like whatever d by dx of x square you will do in the similar fashion. So if you do like that, so it will become 2x, right? So similarly it will become 3 into 2 into z inverse. Okay, so this is the numerator. So minus, okay, so as it is numerator, you have to put 4 minus 3 z inverse plus 3 z power minus 2 into, so differentiation of denominator. What is the differentiation of denominator? It is the value 2, because so 1 is 0 and 2 z inverse means, so it is like 2. So now evaluate this one at z equal to 3. So what you will get? You will get minus 1 by 3 into, so now put the value of z equal to 3. So you will get 1 plus 2 into, so z inverse it will become 1 by 3. Okay, so this into, so here z inverse you will get 1 by 3. So minus 3 plus 3 into 2 6 and z inverse it will become 1 by 3. Okay, so minus 4 minus 3 into 1 by 3 plus 3 into z inverse is 1 by 3 whole square. Okay, so this into the value 2 and this divided by, so we have to put the value of z inverse here, that is 1 plus 2 into 1 by 3 this whole square. Okay, so this is a complete value gamma 1. So now we can evaluate. So what is the value? You will get it minus 1 by 3 into, so this will become, so 2 by 3 and you can take common factor 3. So you will get 5 by 3. So this value will get 5 by 3 and this one, so 3 2s are, you will get cancel each other. So minus 3 plus 2 you will get minus 1. So minus of, so here 3 and 3 will get cancelled and here you will get 4 minus 1 plus, so this will become 1 by 9. 3 by 9 means again it will become 1 by 3 into 2. So this divided by the value, so 1 plus 2 by 3, so you will get it as 5 by 3 whole square, 5 by 3 whole square. So now we can evaluate again. So here 1 minus 1 by 3 will, as it is, it will be there. So what will happen in the numerator? Numerator minus 5 by 3 minus, so this will become 4 minus 1 3 plus 1 by 3 into 2. So this divided by, so 25 by 9. So now we can evaluate this one, minus 1 by 3 into, so minus 5 by 3 minus, so we can take the common factor, it will become 3 into 3 9, 9 plus 1 10. So 10 into 2 20, 20 by 3 we will get, so this divided by 25 by 9. Okay, so now you can multiply this one, minus into minus it will become plus. So you will get 25 by 9 in the numerator and 25 by 9 in the denominator. So the value of gamma 1 will be equal to 1. Okay, so similarly you have to evaluate the gamma 2. Okay, so similarly you can evaluate the value of gamma 2. So gamma 1 will become equal to 1. So similarly you can write it as gamma 2. How we can write? So it will become 2 minus 2 and we will evaluate that. Okay, so gamma 2 how we can write? Gamma 2 we can write it as 1 over 2 minus 2 factorial. Okay, so into minus 3 by 3 power 2 minus 2. Okay, so into d power 2 minus 2 by d z power z minus 1, z power minus 1 2 minus 2 into, okay, so 1 minus 3 z power minus 2 whole square into x of z. So evaluate at z equal to 3. So now what you will get? So this value, so you can see, so this will become 0 factorial, so that will become 1. Okay, so 1 into minus 3 power 0, again it will become 1, and d power 0 by dz power minus 1 power 0. So this will become this will be the value 1. So only you have to evaluate 1 minus 3 z inverse into x of z. So this if you evaluate, so what you will get? So we will write it as 1 minus 3 z inverse whole square into x of z. So now this will be 1 into, so now if you put the x of z, so here you can see this is the x of z. Similarly, if you put x of z here, so this 1 minus 3 z inverse whole square, it will get cancel each other, and you will get 4 minus 3 z inverse plus 3 z inverse square divided by 1 plus 2 z inverse. So now this should be evaluated at z equal to 3. So now evaluate and put the value of gamma 2. Okay, put the value of gamma 2. What is the gamma 2? Gamma 2 will be equal to, so 4 minus 3 into, so z inverse is 1 by 3 plus 3 into z inverse square is 1 by 3 whole square is divided by 1 plus 2 into 1 by 3. Okay, so now if you evaluate this one, so what you will get? 4 minus 1 plus 3 into 1 by 9 is divided by 5 by, so this is, so if you evaluate the denominator, you will get the value 5 by 3. Okay, so what you will get? 3 plus 1 by 3 divided by 5 by 3.
Gamma 2 is 2.
Gamma 2 is the value how much? So
2,
it is
2.
10 by 3 by 5 by 3, right? So this will
Yes,
get
sir.
value. Yeah. So now put the value of gamma 2, gamma 1 and the k1 value, whatever we got earlier. So then you will get the x of z expression, and you can evaluate the value of x of n. So try to put and get the value. So ROC which is given in the problem is z greater than 3. Okay. So here ROC I didn't specify. So ROC it is z greater than 3. So if you take z greater than 3, so it will be a right sided sequence. All of them are right sided sequence. So now if you put the value of k1 and gamma 1 and gamma 2, so what you will get? You will get x of z as, okay, so what is the k1 value? Which is equal to 1 by 1 plus 2 z inverse. Similarly, the value of the gamma 1 over 1 minus 3 z inverse, and the value of gamma 2 which is 2 by 1 minus 3 z inverse whole square. Okay, so now if you take the, so now you can see here it is in the form of 1 over 1 minus alpha square, right? So now we have to bring in the form of alpha by alpha square, so that we can write it as, so n into alpha power n. So how to bring that one? So multiply and divide by z inverse here. Okay, so what you will get? 1 over 1 plus 2 z inverse plus 1 over 1 minus 3 z inverse. So here, so you try to get in terms of alpha by alpha 1 minus alpha square. So what you will do? 2 into, so 3 z inverse into z divided by 3 into 1 minus 3 z inverse whole square. Now you can see z inverse z will get cancelled, 3 and 3 will get cancelled, again you will get back the same thing. Okay, so now this 3 z inverse and this 1 minus 3 z inverse whole square, it is having alpha by 1 minus alpha square form, that we can express in terms of x of n, that is inverse transform. So if you take this as inverse transform, you will get 2 power n into u of n. Okay, so plus 3 power n into u of n plus 2 by 3. So now we can see here, so this is by using the time shift property, because if you have x of n plus 1, what you will write z transform? You will write whatever n naught value is there, z power plus 1 into x of z, right? So now we can use that time shift property and we can write, okay. So 2 by 3 z into, so this we can write it as, so in the form of n into x of n. So that is, so since it is with the z, so it is a shifted value of value 1. So that's why you can write this one as 2 by 3 into n plus 1 into, so 3 power n plus 1 into u of n plus 1. So this is the value of x of n. So have we got this last one? Because of z, it is a time shifted version. So if you have x of n plus 1, it will be z into x of z. So now if you assume x of z as 3z inverse by 1 minus 3z inverse, so this we can write it as n into alpha power n. So now in this form, n into 3 power n into u of n. So this one we have written for this expression. So now if you multiply z here, so now in the time domain it is shifted version, wherever n is there you put n plus 1. So that is what we have written here, n plus 1 into 3 power n plus 1 into u of n plus 1. Okay. So for the last expression, is it understood? Any doubt? Using time shift property we have done this one. Is it clear? X of n. Hello.
Yes, sir.
So anybody have any doubt how to do the multiple poles? If you have multiple poles, so now try to do this one. Now try to take this problem and try to do this one. X of z, which is given by 4 minus 3z inverse plus 3z inverse square. So this divided by z plus 2 into z minus 3 whole square. So where z is greater than 3, ROC. So now try to do this one. How we will do? Try to do.